Let's talk emails. In this world, you're going to be sending a lot of emails, and you're also going to be receiving a lot of emails. So it really helps to learn how to send them correctly. First hint, don't put in who you're sending it to until you're ready to send it. Why, you ask? Because if you put that in early and you accidentally hit send before you had time to go back and edit anything, it's gone. You can't get it back. So I suggest waiting to put that in. We'll talk about the subject line in a minute. Let's get to this big part down here. This big part's where you write all the stuff you need to write. So there's a couple things you should definitely have. One is a greeting. Good morning, Alex. That's a greeting. It's just like you would put in a letter. It's like you might write in well, I guess you wouldn't write it in a tweet or an Insta something. Anyway, you need it. It's a greeting. Then you should type what you want to say to this person. Hey, I saw your lunch today. That looked amazing. Any chance you could share the recipe? Recipe with a question, so a question mark. And then a lot of people will just send it from there. But in a proper email, you should put a salutation, which is just you basically saying goodbye. I like to end mine with thanks. And they always have a comma, a return, and your name. Ooh, I got to remember it's not summer anymore and put my real name. That's simple. That's called the body. Subject. Subject is what's this about? And look how it's auto-populated an idea for what it thinks your subject should be. Awesome, Google. Here's a common mistake sixth graders make. They write this whole part, this whole thing. They will put this whole thing in the subject line, but that's not the subject. The subject is recipe for lunch. Okay, that should be very specific. If you were writing this email for an assignment, let's say for intro grid, and this is box 2, A, B, C, D, E, then I would put it like that, because then I would know exactly what it is I'm looking for when I go to open this email. And if you needed to access this email later, you'd know exactly what you were looking for. And then you put your recipient. And that's your email address. And our email addresses at our school have athwestsd.org. That means the organization of the Athena Weston School District. That's what that stuff means, if you've ever wondered that. And then you can press send, and off it will go. Now, there are some things down here below. You could, if you so desired, change all of this stuff. Like if you really wanted to have some kind of different font, you could make that happen. All that kind of stuff. If you need to attach things, that's down here. And often for class, you'll need to attach things like a file or a link that you'll need to put in. You could also put in emojis or something from your Google Drive or a photo you have or a signature, which we're not even going to cover that. But this is basically a signature that I've pre-selected to just show up on the end of all my emails all the time, every one I send. Okay? And then you have some options to schedule send, which means send it at a later time.